Okay, so Holly Walton from the Logan Office of Economic Development. So I've just popped some dot points in there about some of the stuff that we support businesses with. So our team, there's about a dozen of us with a bunch of different expertise around all things business support. So we run one-to-one advisory sessions. So I'll go out and meet a client, or a client could come and meet me. We can obviously do it by Zoom or Teams. We do referrals and connections. So when I know that there's an opportunity for a business that we've been working with, I will connect them back to that. That's a big part of the job that we do, is knowing who's around in Logan and what they're up to. Obviously, council requirements and licensing. So any business licenses, specifically food for council, but also development applications. We can provide, so we have disaster resources. So there's a bunch of stuff on the LOED website, which is at the bottom of the slide there. Economic and market information. So if you're looking for statistics and the like around what's going on in Logan, building approvals and that sort of jazz, that information is also available on our website. But if there's more detailed data that you need, we can obviously provide that too. So we subscribe to a bunch of providers that can give us some of that market data. We do site selection stuff. So if you're looking to move into the city or grow your business within the city, we provide relocation and expansion advice. And as I mentioned, all things development assessment stuff. So making sure that the stuff that you're doing within the business is the site that you're looking at is zoned appropriately for those uses. We also have a development incentive. So businesses looking to move into the city potentially, can tap into our development incentive. We run events and workshops. The one we did a couple last week around supplying to council, so businesses looking to supply into council. We did a session with them last week. We run the Logan Jobs website, which I'll talk about more in a second. And we have a monthly e-newsletter. So if you're looking to keep up to date with all the things that we're up to, business information, grants, and all of that sort of stuff, you can subscribe to our e-newsletter there. Okay, so Logan Jobs. Obviously, at the moment, we're all aware of the skill shortage. So yeah, council runs this Logan Jobs website, which we have done for a while. It's obviously just we're promoting it quite heavily at the moment to assist our businesses to find the staff that they're looking for. So it's free for businesses to advertise their vacancies on the site. So if you've got a job vacancy within Logan, it's free for you to advertise. It's obviously free for job seekers to search those vacancies, and then the site also has a resources hub. So for job seekers, it's resume writing skills, presenting yourself for interview, the job active providers and the like. So it's got a bunch of resources there. So we've been pushing that a lot of late with, as I said, it's a massive challenge for our businesses. We're working really hard in that space at the moment to support those businesses get the staff that they need so that they continue to grow. So I've done up a slide here around the state government support, which we can plug businesses into as well when we do a lot of referrals into these programs. So business.qld.gov.au is the Queensland business website. One of the programs that they announced just in the last couple of weeks is this Wellness Coaches, which is a free service for businesses to tap into support around wellness, health and wellbeing, mental health, all of that jazz. So that's an offshoot from the Small Business Financial Counselling Service that has been around since COVID. So those programs are free for businesses to access, and we've got a bunch of advisors across Logan that we can connect businesses into. So yeah, that's one of the ones that we're pushing a lot at the moment. Both the financial counselling and the wellness coaches. A lot of everyone's aware that mental health, and the impacts of all the disaster stuff that's been happening of like COVID and floods and fires and all of that. So those programs have just been supported a bit further by the state government, so we're sharing them around too. Mentoring for growth, so that gets you a free panel session with a panel of advisors around your chosen topic. So it's free for businesses to access that service. They just fill in a bit of a brief as to what advice they're looking for, and then the program matches them with a panel of advisors around that around their topic. So it could be a 5-year growth plan, it could be a strategic document, it could be a marketing strategy, etc. So yeah, that mentoring for growth is another one that we refer a lot of businesses into. Business Launchpad is the place where businesses can check what licenses they need across all of, so whether that's local, state or federal government. So it's a one-stop shop around finding business licensing. State government also run workshops. You'll be familiar that they run their grant programs as well. And then, the small business mental health support, in addition to those wellness coaches. And then the EcoBiz program. So that's around assisting businesses to reduce their waste, energy and water usage, or be more efficient in that usage. So that program gets you a free advisor to come and do an audit in your business around energy, waste and water, and how you might make some cost savings there. So that's just some of the state government support. And then I've put together some of the stuff that comes out of the federal government. So business.gov.au, that's really a one-stop shop for businesses as well, that website. And another great resource that the federal government provides is that hotline 8 till 8, Monday to Friday. So that's staffed by Australian-based business advisors. It's not a call centre, it's actually business advisors on the end of the line. So if you need something urgently, you can't get hold of someone at council, for instance, or one of your other trusted advisors, that hotline's there all the time for anything business related. So that's a really handy service. So the federal government also have that run grant programs and services. So they've got their grants finder on their website. I've heard a couple of horror stories over my career about businesses paying for grant information when it's all publicly available for free. So certainly if you're talking to businesses, please refer them to the grants finder. And if they just search grants finder in Google and then head towards the .gov.au website, they know that they're going to be in the right spot. They also have their business license information session, service. So either at the state or federal level, there's that service there that they can plug into to find out what licenses they need. They run the Digital Solutions Program, so that assists businesses to tap into access advisors around all things digital. So that's websites, socials, SEO, all of that online space for business. The feds have a subsidised program that businesses can tap into to access advisors around all of those different pieces of the puzzle. That's another one that we feed a lot of businesses into. They have the R&D tax incentive, the My Business Incubator, so that's obviously a hot topic at the moment, cybersecurity and training. So again, that program gets you free support around cybersecurity, and you would have seen a bunch of workshops and sessions at all levels of government at the moment around cybersecurity, obviously with Optus and Medibank and all of that, those high profile cases, bringing that to the fore. And they also have a bunch of resources and guides online for all things business related. So if you've got time, it's a really good resource and one that I certainly refer back to quite often. And that hotline, as I mentioned. That's kind of it from me, unless you guys had any other questions.
Just wondering what events are coming up for Logan City Council in the next couple of months that we should be aware of?
Yep. So if you head to the LOED website, there's an events tab on that website. So I know my colleague Michelle is running a bunch of sessions in partnership with 123 Hub. So it's a 5-session workshop series around for startups and businesses that are new. So stuff around strategy, marketing, financials, all of that. So head to the LOED website and you can see all of those. Another one is just a good place to find out what's going on is I share a bunch of stuff across my LinkedIn. Obviously, because it's my private account, I can share everything that's going on around the place. So certainly my LinkedIn's a good one for all the events and workshops that are useful for business.
Nice. Thanks, Holly. Really appreciate you joining us today. I know you've got a busy timetable. Does
My
anyone
pleasure.
have any questions for Holly?
Sorry, I've just got one around your mentoring for small business growth. What's the actual process with that, and how is I'm assuming it's an application process to be a part of it?
So it's more, I mean, yes, you apply, but it's not like you won't be knocked back. Basically, as I mentioned, the application is a brief. They're just looking for information from you. I think there's a couple of eligibility criteria, like you've got an ABN and those sorts of things. It's more so that they, as I said, that they can set up the appropriate panel for you. So it's more that you go, well, this is what I'm looking for, and then they put that panel together based on what it is that you're looking for. So you won't be turned away from that program. So yeah, application's probably not the right word. But they just need to get some details from you.
Okay, thank you.
I will share the link to that in the chat.
That'd be super.
Thanks, Holly.
No worries.